Hello, my name is Mr. Clubs, or is it? I, in addition to being a speech and theater teacher and the local weather celebrity famous on the interwebs, also am a fan, an aficionado, an enthusiast, as it were, of conspiracy theories. And I hear that you are about to have the opportunity to explore some of these conspiracy theories. There are many of them out there, but here are some that you get to choose from. Pearl Harbor, which Franklin Delano Roosevelt famously observed as a date which will live in infamy. But what if he already knew about the date? You see, friends, it was hard to motivate and convince the American people that they should be concerned about a war that was taking place on other sides of the oceans that surround the United States. There was a war in Europe with the Germans, and there was war with the Japanese. But here we were, safely just kind of snuggled in between the two oceans like two little security blankets keeping us safe. There's really no reason for the United States to go to war until the Japanese took out Pearl Harbor Naval Base in Hawaii. So what if our government actually had prior knowledge that that was going to happen and they allowed it to happen in order to motivate the American people to get behind a war? That's just one of the theories, you see, that exist about that. JFK assassination, Dallas from the school book depository, Lee Harvey Oswald, maybe the assassin. If he fired one bullet at President Kennedy, if you look into this, that bullet had to do some crazy things. The single bullet theory, the magic bullet theory, that is the official accepted storyline of his assassination. That bullet would have had to do all kinds of bouncing around to do all the damage that it did, not only to him, but to a man that was sitting in front of him. So, was it just that one gunman? Was Vice President Lyndon Baines Johnson, LBJ, did he have knowledge of it? Who else might have been involved? Some people speculate the CIA, the Russians, the Cubans, maybe somebody who was a little bit jealous that JFK was seeing a lady he shouldn't have been seeing. So next up, we've got the moon landing. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Or was it? Or was it just faked? Why haven't we been back since? Why did we just land on the moon and then we're just like, what up? We've been to the moon. Let's put a flag there. But there's no reason for us to go back. Lots of people believe that never happened, that it was staged. It was Hollywood magic. It was easier to fool people back then in the age of black and white TV and no cool 3D movies and whatnot. You throw together some special effects on a TV soundstage, a movie set, and you broadcast it as if it really happened, and all of a sudden America, yay, we think America went to the moon before the Russians. We're awesome. Or were we? Finally, September 11th, which unfortunately is becoming ancient history for you young people. But for those of us that experienced that event as it happened, very traumatic, very emotional day for us. Again, all kinds of conspiracy theories surround this. Again, one of the major ones being that our government had prior knowledge that it was going to happen. There was a presidential memo, for example, an intelligence briefing called Bin Laden Determined to Attack inside the United States. Did the government have knowledge that it was going to happen and allow it to happen to launch what has now been a 13-year war on terrorism in Iraq, Afghanistan, and places like that? There are also conspiracy theories out there that think that it was completely staged, that the destruction of the World Trade Center was a controlled demolition, because if you look at buildings that come down because we want them to come down through explosive charges, The way that looks very much like the way the World Trade Center came down one floor at a time and just sort of collapsed in on itself. There's all kinds of very, very interesting videos about that. You can really kind of mess with your head looking into these things. So have fun looking into these conspiracy theories and writing your essays about them. It's a good opportunity for you to think about the sources that you're drawing your information from. Remember that just because something is out there on the interwebs or the YouTubes or the whatnot does not automatically make it a credible source. Anybody can put stuff out on the internet now in blogs and sources like wikis and things of this nature. So just because you see it on your computer screen, because you looked it up on the Googles and the whatnot, it does not automatically make it credible, does not automatically make it trustworthy, and certainly if you're trying to make an argument for something, you have to be careful about the trustworthiness of the sources that you are going to. So have fun. These are some interesting topics, and there's all kinds of cool information out there, particularly background information. Like I said, if a good place to start might be to just look at some YouTube videos and things that are out there. And I'd be interested to read some of your work, so have your teachers kind of forward it to me, because I like stuff like that. All right, have fun. I'm Mr. Clubs. I'll see you when you're in high school.